Congrats on the Netflix
Thanks.
Santa special. You did a great job with this.
Thank you.
Now, I know the story Lobby Baby.
Yeah.
I think I begged you to tell it on this show.
Yes.
Because you basically, your wife delivered a baby in your lobby of your building.
Yeah, she did. She fully did, yeah.
Yeah, and so it became a stand-up special.
And I knew right as it was happening. I was like, I know this is painful for you, but...
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching, yeah.
I got to make money off this one, honey. Yeah. Milk it.
She did say at one point, she seriously said, like, stop writing. Like, on that day, she was like, oh my God, stop writing this down already.
Oh my God. But you talk about that, and the thing you talk about your parents or your family. You do a little bit about Trump and politics.
Not a lot, yeah.
But I thought what was really fun on your special, which is this your idea?
Yeah, it was my idea.
It's brilliant. It's on Netflix, so you know how they have like the skip intro, and you can skip the intro of the show, and you have a button that says skip politics.
Yeah. So a lot of people, I think, are a little overwhelmed by politics.
Yeah.
And certainly they would make that complaint. So I put it there in response to that. But the fun thing is, if people click it, they then skip ahead. But because they skipped ahead, you can then kind of talk about them while they're gone.
So if you do continue to watch...
Yeah, but there's this thing that when they come back, there's sort of a joke at the moment that I allow them to come back. But it was really cool, and I think there's this thing as comedians, we come up with ideas all the time, especially, at SNL is a good example.
Yeah.
You come up with a sketch idea, and then other people, like the engineers at Netflix had to actually do the work and build it, the way people at SNL have to build these incredible sets and these incredible costumes. So I tip my cap to them, because when I came up with the idea, they said, this is a lot harder than you think it is.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, it's not really easy. You just click and drag it, and then you put it there, and they're like, no.
No, this takes months of
months of work.
Figuring things out, yeah. At the end, though, you do a very good segment of the stand-up where you tell kind of the stand-up from your wife's perspective.
Yeah.
I think I've never seen that done. Why did you
well, as I lay out in the special, my wife's a lawyer, and she's a former prosecutor, and in the law, each side gets to make their case, whereas in stand-up, it's just the person who has the microphone gets to talk about things, and a lot of times, whoever the stand-up is will talk about their relationship, and they will talk about their spouse. And so over the years, and over years of Alexi watching the act, and sometimes she'd say, that's really funny, but the real thing that happened was this. So I decided to end the special by basically doing the 10 minutes of stand-up that I think she would like to do about me.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
Well, I have a clip. Here's Seth Meyers in his new Netflix special, Lobby Baby. Take a look at this.
So my wife chooses lobby, and my wife goes down and she lies on her back in the lobby, and I cannot stress to you how quickly she gave birth to our son. I was on the phone with 911, and this was the extent of my conversation with 911. We're about to have a baby, we're having a baby, we had a baby. And let me tell you, it is very strange to be on a 911 call that ends with the operator saying, congratulations!
Seth Meyers, everybody! Lobby Baby is streaming now on Netflix.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.